Is the Boks Trophy Tour that is now in KwaZulu-Natal this morning. Take a look. The bus, I understand, has just left Umhlanga and is headed through the streets. You see multitudes of people who, of course, are running alongside the bus, congratulating the Springboks, wanting to be part of this momentous occasion. And certainly, I was saying this morning, I don't know how the Springboks are keeping up. They must be absolutely exhausted because after KwaZulu-Natal, they will be headed once again or headed to East London, that is in the Eastern Cape, where communities there will also get an opportunity to share in the excitement. I don't know how the Springboks are managing to do this. After weeks and weeks of hard work in Paris, bringing back the Webb Ellis Trophy, and now thousands of people have been lining the streets from Pretoria, also to Johannesburg, now in KwaZulu-Natal, and also set to go to East London in the Eastern Cape. My colleague there, Vusi Kumalo, is also tracking inside the SABC news tracking van with my colleague Thomas. They're going to be bringing you all those visuals. You can see there, he's in that tracking van. That is the one that that's able to track the vehicle right to where the bus will be maneuvering through. Vusi, perhaps you can hear me. Tell us what's happening there. Must be quite fun.
Yes, good morning, Criselda. As you can see, a number of Springboks players who are on top of that bus, waving on and also cheering on to the jubilant supporters and fans who have lined the streets here in Durban North. We have just departed Umhlanga Rocks, whereby this route starts officially from here, with the Springboks having already met with the Premier of the province as well as other government delegation members, including Siboniso Duma, who is the Economic Development MEC, as well as other dignitaries as well. As you can see, the number of fans as well on the side of the road are also cheering on. As you can see, I don't know if surely our camera person has already shown you, it's just like, seems like a change of some commodities or goods. As you can see, a number of fans are throwing the rugby balls onto the bus so that the players can have signatures or autographs on those rugby balls, and also some of the T-shirts that are being thrown for the players to have autograph on those T-shirts, and some of the goods being taken by the fans who have lined up the streets. We are now currently still here at Umhlanga, heading towards Durban North. So we'll be crisscrossing the streets here all the way to the Durban City Center, having started our journey back at Umhlanga Rocks at the hotel, whereby the rugby support, players were received to a hero's welcome, being cheered on by the supporters who are wearing in their traditional rugby or national team colors, green and gold. They are still waving on, saying that they love what they are seeing because the Springboks made history by winning the Webb Ellis Trophy 4 times already since 1995, and also in 2007, 2019 they also triumphed, beating England in that regard, and also beat England in the semi-final of the recently concluded World Cup that was held in France. And then in the final they met with their old foe in the name of New Zealand, having beaten them. So the New Zealand and also South Africa were also the leaders in terms of the number of titles of the World Cup. There were 3 just before the World Cup, but South Africa emerging as the winners. So they're also number 1 now, and no any other country has won more than South Africa in terms of the rugby championships, the rugby World Cup. Well, you may recall that South Africa at some stage they were banned from participating in international events soon after the release of Nelson Mandela. So the country was then the way elections in 1994, so they were preparing to be a democratic country. So in 1992 they were then welcomed onto the international stage. We also saw even Bafana Bafana in 1996 winning the African Cup of Nations. But a year before that, with the magic coming from Nelson Mandela, was late statesman having an influence in terms of influencing the Springboks, led by Francois Pienaar. Who can forget that moment when Nelson Mandela went into the dressing room talking to the players, mentioning all of them name by name, everyone in that team. They felt so important. And then they said they're going to do it for Mandela because he was and still remains the symbol of unity in South Africa, with Mandela also support. As we're coming from a racially divided time or era during the dark times of apartheid, but at the moment you can see that that has been replaced by a diverse cultures, as has been just been seen. It's a moment that has been ushered by the Springboks having the Webb Ellis Trophy, showcasing and parading to the legends of supporters here in Durban, and also they'll be concluding their parade tomorrow in the Eastern Cape, East London. But have started or kicked off their victory tour in Gauteng. We saw them arriving also and on Wednesday, or rather on Thursday. They went to Gauteng, in other places in Gauteng such as Soweto, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and then yesterday they were of course in the Western Cape in Cape Town, where they were also received to a hero's welcome. And then today it's the KwaZulu Natal leg, as we are seeing legends of supporters waiting to see their heroes. I must also make a mention about the players that are also from this province. That is Vincent Koch, who was born and bred here in KwaZulu-Natal, in northern part of the province, the north coast of KwaZulu-Natal. Vincent Koch, who is about to play for the Sharks as well. So that's a big plus for the Sharks, as they will be welcoming Vincent Koch in their team as well. We can also mention Siya Kolisi, the team captain of the Springboks, our national team, playing for Sharks. You may recall that he joined Sharks 2 years after winning 2021, named the national captain in 2018, just before a year before they also won the World Cup in 2019. But then in 2021 he then joined the Sharks, playing here in KwaZulu-Natal. But he has just signed for Racing 92, that is currently playing out in France. We also have other players such as Jaden Hendricks, who is also playing for the Sharks. Even Elspeth, who has been named by some fans calling him as Elizabeth, because some of them were not able to pronounce, or they likened it to they are saying Elizabeth. As he emerged from the bus, he got a hero's welcome, a huge crowd, and also a shouting his name at the top of their voices. The welcoming Eben Elspeth, as they know him as well. He's also playing for the Sharks here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As we are about to crisscross other parts of Durban North, this is now La Lucia. There's also a big mall that is here. A number of fans are also here waving on the national team colors, flag, and also waving their t-shirts as well, the Springbok colors, and also the flags that are being hoisted to cheer on, to appreciate the love from the Springboks as they are continuing with their parade all the way from Umhlanga. One can imagine as well that they're a bit fatigued, but that does not but this kind of activity has not dampened their spirit as since they've arrived there after winning the Webb Ellis Trophy. They've always been shown that energy and also showing energy to the supporters, because they are out here just to see them, and also this trophy that they are carrying, the Webb Ellis Trophy. I must also make a mention that we are now here at just gone past Umhlanga. We are crossing the Durban North areas. After this, we'll be proceeding to Kwamashu, Malandela Road, before we go to Crompton Street as well as Shepson Street. Those are the streets in Pinetown. Just yesterday, there was a lot of confusion about the new routes that have been developed, such as those two, Crompton as well as Shepton, because it hasn't been previously communicated that the roads will now also include those two streets in Pinetown. Let me just take a read just a moment, just want to see the streets here. It's Blackburn Road and Chris Hani Road. It's Bester Drive, behind the Bridge City into Bechana Road, and then at the next streets that will be, traversing, as we are giving you the front row seats coverage of the Springboks as they kick off their KwaZulu-Natal leg of the Victory Parade. Of course, winning this trophy a record 4 times already. So as you can perhaps see that in your visuals, we are not seeing the team captain this time around. The word that we heard, even though it's not official yet, we are very close to attending for bereavement at his family as well. We have seen the Mzwandile Stick, who has been given those responsibilities and duties of carrying the Webb Ellis Trophy. We have also seen the trophy being paraded by Ox Nche, who was born in Free State, who is also there, yes, in the Free State province as well. There are some links of this Springboks team with KwaZulu-Natal, as I've already alluded to the fact that about 6 to 7 players are currently playing for the Springboks, and also playing for the team here in KwaZulu-Natal, the Sharks, and also that we may call that Makazole Mampimpi, Eben Edsbeth are some of the players that are playing for the Sharks, including Ox and Che. Those are some of the team members who are playing for the Sharks, including Jaden Hendricks.
All right, fantastic visuals coming out of KwaZulu-Natal there, Durban to be precise. Vusi Kumalo, my colleague, telling us that the tour bus just moving past Lelucia at the moment, from what you can see on one of the blocks of the visuals that we're showing you there. All SABC News reporters stationed in KwaZulu-Natal out on the streets, enjoying themselves there. Jade Polster is also one of them. Jade, good morning to you. Where are you? Paint a picture for us of the vibe there.
Griselda, we are in KwaMashu, and I must say the vibe is absolutely amazing. Throngs of supporters have come out and painted the town in the green and gold. That's so symbolic of our country, so symbolic of the Springboks. But many are here to try and catch a glimpse of their favorite Springboks. Yeah, let's try and see if we can speak to some of the supporters. Where are you from and who are you waiting for?
I'm from Zuma and we're waiting for Declan!
screaming, Elizabeth! So many supporters have been lining KwaMashu. I'm told Bridge City all the way down Malandela Drive. And if I can just ask Nompe to show you the throngs of people lining up this road, it is so heartwarming to notice many coming out, holding placards, calling and cheering for their favorite Springboks. Let's see if we can't speak to some mama. Here's a mama. Where are you from?
I'm from the Marshall section. I love Mampimpi!
Mama, when you see Mampimpi, what are you going to say to him?
I don't know. I'm going to cry!
A very good favorite here. It's including, yes.
Congratulations, your Kolisi and the Boks. Go South Africa! Elizabeth!
Let's grab another voice here. Who are you waiting for? Come.
Waiting for my Pogo Pogo!
Who's your favorite Springbok?
Sia Kolisi! Go Bokke!
Many of the young and old coming out to hopefully catch a glimpse of. And this road is just full. I'm just going to try and see if we can't navigate through this crowd and show you the throngs of people that come out in their numbers, young and old, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Bokke. Many very eagerly excited, dancing and cheering. KwaMashu has really come out in their numbers. Let's try and see if we can't speak to some more supporters, find out who's their favorites, who are they waiting for. Come, young ones. Who are you waiting for? Who's
Sia Kolisa!
Okay, guys, la. Now we sing for the Bokke. They're on their way. They're making
Sia Kolisi! We love the Bokkies. We're so proud of them. Sia Kolisa!
As you can hear, Criselda, many of the youngsters calling on Sia Kolisi, calling on their favorites, hoping to catch a glimpse of Elizabeth. We're waiting for that Springbok parade bus. We're waiting for them. It's back to you in studio. We fought for this country.
Jadely Paulsa is, getting sucked into that crowd there, obviously, of excited, people who have lined the streets. Jade being in Umlazi and my colleague Vusi Khumalo following the tour bus there. There's just so much excitement, and I think I'm being told we're going elsewhere. Let me try and hear that again. But what you're seeing on your screen at the moment, okay, Vusi Khumalo, I understand, is ready once again. He's following the tour bus that you're seeing on our screen there. Vusi, where is the bus now? From what Jade is telling us, everyone is waiting for their favorite alongside the different roads, snaking roads, with crowds of people waiting for their favorite Springbok. Where are you now?
Yes, we are still on the streets crisscrossing Durban North. We are just at the corner of Sechut and Umhlanga to KZN, and then we'll be driving towards Malandela Road. That's a road out in KwaMashu. They are currently waiting for. You can hear those loud engines of the motorbikes being revved up to cheering a crowd, a big out here at Umhlanga Rocks. So are now going drive before we proceed to KwaMashu. I've seen quite a number of people. This one is a big crowd out here, just like our start or at the beginning of the route. That is Umhlanga Rocks Hotel, where the Boks were welcomed by the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the province's first citizen, being Nomusa Dube-Ncube, the premier of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And then later on, they have a private one, because the journey from here will be going towards KwaMashu, Pinetown, and then proceed all the way to using Umgeni Road, the main road here in Durban, that cuts across the city of Durban, before they go to the Durban CBD, where we are told currently that there's a huge crowd that is waiting there to have a glimpse of the Webb Ellis Trophy, being carried by Mzwandile Stick, the deputy or assistant coach of Jacques Ninaba. We can also say that there's also other team members, technical team members, Rassi Erasmus, also the rugby winning coach in 2019, who is still there at the helm of the technical team, being the director of rugby there. He also has some influence that shows the continuity or the plan by the of the team to have stalwarts such as Rassi Erasmus to continue being leading the team, even though now on a different level of leadership as the director of rugby. Also here today, when he was interviewed just after winning the World Cup, because a number of people are saying that he's seen as the greatest leader, but he said that of course, yes, he's a leader, but all of these team members, all of these team players are a team, are part of the team, are also the leaders, and that showed how humble he is, shown a great humility. He's got a great sense of humility. He's very down to earth, very grounded as well. That's Siakoli saying that all of these teams should be, respected team members. All of them are leaders of the team. As you've seen, it's one of the most highly experienced team. This team that has just won the Rugby World Cup in France. The players here are still continuing to sign or give the autographs to the supporters who have lined the streets of Lalusha, Umhlanga Rocks here in Durban North, ensuring that no one is being left behind. And also, of course, about their motto or slogan, stronger together, as we have previously heard about how important is that slogan that has somehow resulted in the Springboks winning this cup in France. This has just been concluded in France. A number of people are also mentioning the fact that it has been watching Springboks in this World Cup has been nerve-wracking because of that 1 point lead in 3 matches against, of course, the hosts France, England, as well as the final, because we have always been winning by a 1 point difference. That's made all the difference. That has ensured that today in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban, we are seeing such jubilant scenes as we are seeing today here, young and old meeting in the name of the Springboks, having won. It's a history in the making, having won their record 4 times already. This cup known as Webb Ellis Trophy, named after one of the founders of the rugby in England years ago. You may also recall about South Africa having not been able to participate before because of the racial segregation that took place earlier years here in South Africa. But in 1992, South Africa was welcomed so that they can participate on the world stage. We are still on our way to the Durban CBD, but before that we'll be going to KwaMashu, as well as other places in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, or rather in Durban. I must also make a mention that other townships such as townships, biggest townships such as Mlumlazi, in other areas of south of Durban, even in 2019, they did not have this opportunity of seeing Rugby trophy, the World Cup trophy, Web Ellis and the Springboks in their townships. But this time around, the routes have slightly changed to include the areas such as Pinetown as well. But even before, in 2019, we did go to KwaMashu and also here in Durban North. So it was also paraded here. But a number of people, even including on social media, were complaining about the same route that is being repeated now and again in 2019 and also, of course, now in 2023. Others are saying that next time when we win the World Cup, it should also include other areas such as Umlazi, Amanzimtoti, as well as perhaps other areas here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, not just Durban, because it has been here for a number of times as well. So this was just some of the call being made on social media as well. But I must also make a mention that a number of, it is not only Durbanites who are here today watching the Web Ellis Trophy just before their eyes. We have seen, we've also interviewed and spoken to people coming as far afield as Mtubatuba, Chozini, Nongoma, even for people coming from our neighboring provinces such as Mpumalanga province, the Free State. Some of them are here. We've also spoken to them because it's one of the provinces here in KwaZulu-Natal that is closer to them as well. They are saying that even though they don't have this opportunity of seeing the Springboks, but they were able to travel all the way from their provinces to KwaZulu-Natal, especially here in Durban. That is Mzwandile Stick, or the assistant coach of the Springboks, who's also assisting coach Jacques Ninaba. In your shots there, I can see Ox and Cher, who's also playing for the Sharks here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, hoisting their flags aloft so that the fans can see that they are also being appreciated. Well, our team of journalists are also lining the streets in every corner of the routes. They are there. There's Nojabula Mtunga out at the Durban CPD. Now, currently, we are going to Jade Pauls. She's going to tell us where she is and what is currently happening there, Jade.
The vibe is absolutely amazing as we wait for that buck tour bus to make its way down Malandela Drive. We are at KwaMashu Station and it is exhilarating, the pandemonium here on the ground as supporters wait for their favorites. Let's try and speak to some of the fans. Who are you waiting for, ma'am? For?
The only male person that I'm waiting to see is Kolisi.
So tell me, have you really been following rugby religiously throughout the World Cup?
Yeah. 110% behind the Boks.
You know, Durban as well as eThekwini, we've experienced so many. We've been marred with floods, we've been marred by the looting, and this just revitalizes and this ignites our spirit of Ubuntu. I want to talk to us about how you're feeling right now, knowing that you're going to see the Boks, knowing that you're going to be able to take pictures with them, witness this history in the making. Talk to me where you're from and how you're feeling right now.
I'm here from Gamashu. I'm so excited. I've never been so excited. I can't wait to see you.
Where are you from and who are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for Elizabeth and Paula.
Well, there, Chris, you can see many of the fans waiting to see their favorites, the young and the old. There are so many kids here. And, you know, we've been speaking to the youngsters, asking them who they're waiting for. They're saying they want to see their favorites. They want to see Siya Kolisi, number 6, captain of the Springboks. Many are also saying they want to start playing rugby. You know, development rugby is so important to uplift some of the poorer and rural areas in the country. We see the Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, really, sending out some of the best Bokke players. And here in KZN, we've got several of the Springboks also playing for the Sharks. So many of them here are waiting to see their favorites. Many like Lucanio, Makasolo Mampimpi. The list is endless. Irvin, Elizabeth, and they're all just waiting, hoping to catch a glimpse. Many waving their flags in anticipation of that tour bus coming down this way. We are waiting. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming to Komashu. If you're around this area, make your way to Komashu station as the bus makes its way down through from here. Just to give you a quick run-up of where the bus is going, Vusi Khumalo is letting you guys know what's happening on the ground. But we do know also several changes to the location. Where we are right now, they will branch off from Malandela Road, go past Komashu Center, Dumisani Makaya Drive if you are a resident in that area, Shepson Road, Compton Street, Josiah Gumede Road, into M13 being King Sitrayo Road, then left onto Village Road, making its way back to the M13 highway and then onto the N3. We also told they will be making a stop in the Hillcrest area, Kloof. So if you are waiting for them, they are going to be making their way to you if you're watching this live on SABC News, and then branching off into Pinetown and back to the ICC, where we are expecting a media briefing to be held. But keep it locked onto Komashu, where we'll be bringing you all the latest information and the fans who are waiting to see their favorites. Chris, it's back to you.
And indeed, so many people are... Is she in Kwamashu or Umlazi? I think somewhere along there. She said so many names of where the bus is going to go past. But anyway, Jaylee Polsa having a lot of fun out there. And we're going to cross to my colleague Vusi Khumalo in just a second. I know my colleague Nonjabula Mtungwa is also out somewhere there. We'll try to get a hold of her a little bit later on. Those are part of the visuals that you see where she is. I think those are the ones at the bottom left. Yeah, my bottom left. That is where Nonjabula Mtungwa is. Jade Lee out at a different location. Vusi following the bus. Let's go to Vusi. I think he's in the CBD, the Durban CBD at the moment. Vusi, hi there again. Where are you? All right, we'll try to link up with my colleague Vusi Khumalo, who is following the trophy tour bus, the Springboks trophy tour bus, which you can see on your screen there, is making its way through Durban. And I think Vusi is back on the line with us. Vusi, where are you now?
Okay, sure. Yes, we are still out here on Umhlanga Rocks Drive. Let me just check, just want to have a look on where we are going to now. We are going to take a right into Blackburn Road just before we proceed to Chris Hani Road, that is also known as M25, and then be taking a left by Besta and then driving towards Bridge City into Bechane. Just before we proceed to Malandela Road, and we'll be going towards KwaMashu Center, where we are told that throngs of supporters are currently or anxiously waiting for the Springboks to parade their trophy as well. Now we are seeing supporters as well as the fans, just fans as well from all walks of life here in South Africa, traveling as far afield as Newcastle in northern part of the province to ensure they are part of this history in the making, as the Boks have made history by winning the Webb Ellis Trophy 4 times already. The first one being 1995. Who can forget that Madiba magic in 1995 after the country got the first ever democratic vote in 1994, and then in 1997 during Thabo Mbeki's reign as the president of the country, the Springboks or the Boks also won this Webb Ellis Trophy. Again in 2019, the Boks also winning this Webb Ellis Trophy again in 2023, being a record 4 times. No any other country has won as many World Cup trophies more than the Boks, the South African national team, which is made up of many team players. Some of them playing here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, playing for Sharks, others playing in the Western Province, the Stormers, the Bulls, and I must also make a mention, it's also made up of the internationals as well. Some of the team members are playing as far afield as France, some of them playing in Japan as well. You know that South Africa won the World Cup in 2019 there in Japan, where they won it for the 3rd time, now making a record 4 times already. We are still on Umhlanga Rocks Drive, which is a long stretch all the way to Blackburn Road, just before we proceed to KwaMashu, where supporters are also currently waiting. A number of fans are appreciating the Springboks for their triumph against New Zealand, their old foes. Yeah, we've also beaten England previously. We've beaten England twice already now in the finals of the Rugby World Cup. We've beaten England in we've just beaten England in the semi-final, and just before that the quarterfinals were up against France, which was the host nation. So we ensured that the host nation does not see the light of day. They were disappointed when we edged them out of the Rugby World Cup of their home supporters or in their backyard. South Africa emerged victorious against France, and then in the final we met against our old foe in the name of the New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the biggest or dominating team in rugby stakes, as they've also won it 3 times already now behind South Africa. South Africa having won it 4 times already. So we are still out here in Durban. KwaZulu-Natal has shown great love and appreciation to the Springboks as they are continuing their journey to showcase this trophy to legends of supporters who have come out or are still making their way to the streets of Durban. Many supporters, a big gathering is also awaiting for the trophy there at the Durban CBD, and then later the journey will end at Durban ICC Inkosi Albert International Convention Center. They will also be having a lunch with the first citizen of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Nomusa Dube, of course, with other government dignitaries that we have also seen. I have seen Tabani Nyawose, the Speaker of eThekwini Municipality. I've seen Musa Mbele, who is the municipal manager of eThekwini municipality, also having seen Sponiso Duma, who is currently the MEC for Economic Development. There will be, of course, the MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture, Dr. Ntuthuko Mahlaba, who is the MEC for that portfolio, responsible for all the sports here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. I've also heard him talking about developing sport, especially rugby, because they've seen a great appetite of development, especially in schools, because they believe that the rugby development should be taking place in schools. That's where it is currently happening, and they're also wanting to diversify their sports as well by ensuring that all sporting codes do get equal opportunities, by ensuring that they also ensure that rugby, as well as other sporting codes, soccer, and as well as the athletics, the schools do participate in those fields as well. They are saying that they want to make sure. But South Africa at the moment, with the rugby team having shown that come any challenge before them, they will be able to triumph against those odds that are currently stacked against them all the way. In France, they've also shown that. They've shown this also in Japan, and also in their home soil. Here in South Africa in 1995, they won it. So they are saying that rugby is continuing to hold the South African flag very high, and they want to ensure that that also does continue as well.